What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another piping hot serving of deep dish and dairy, the show where we talk about sports, not food. Tyler, my friend, how are you doing this evening?
Tired, exhausted from another week-long vacation that consisted of a lot of drinking. So my body is beat up really just from this full last 3 to 4 weeks. Been on the go, so I'm ready to relax, catch up on some rest, and take it easy for a little while, to say the least. So
Feel it.
yeah, went back to Wisconsin, um, watched some football and watched some baseball. Actually went to game one of the NLCS, which the Brewers, I'm wearing the Brewers hat, but actually I'm going to take it off because it just darkens my face up too much. But yeah, so it was a good overall trip, minus the Brewers being down 0-2 so far in the series. I'm pretty sure it's a wrap. But how are you doing
I'm
yourself?
good. I'm good. Can't complain. I'm tired, but that's being an adult. No big deal. But yes, I was really excited actually for the Brewers to win that game. Considering I'm a Sox fan, so it didn't really matter to me if the Cubs won or not. But yeah, that was a rough first game. Well, second game too. The second game wasn't too great, but but hey, you never know, man. You never know.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
still a couple games left.
series, so they
Yeah,
still have a chance, but it's not looking good, just to say the least.
yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Because at the end of the day, what we care about is football.
Yes, that is true. And speaking of football, this past weekend of college had quite a few big upsets, and there's some pretty big news surrounding uh, Penn State football program. But my Badgers got absolutely destroyed at home against Iowa, 37-0. It made Iowa look like a team that knows how to play really good offense all of a sudden. Um, so nothing to really talk about there. I think it's time that the Badgers go elsewhere with coaching. Fickle needs to go, and the athletic director probably needs to go too. But over the weekend, we had some big matchups. Alabama beat Missouri. That was a number 8 versus number 14 matchup. Alabama won 27-24. Number 6 Oklahoma was playing in the Red River rivalry with Texas, and Texas, who fell out of the top 25, actually got the 23-6 win in an upset there. We had USC, who was unranked, really bullied Michigan, who was ranked number 15, 31-13. Colorado had an upset at number 22 Iowa State, 24-17. And number 1 Ohio State took care of number 17 Illinois, 34-16. Ohio State is just a really well-oiled machine yet again this year. But the biggest upset, well, I won't say that. The biggest game of the weekend was number 7 Indiana going out to take on number 3 Oregon, and Indiana's for real. They won 30-20, and really look really good. I mean, they're I think they might be for real this year, not just a fluke. So, but the biggest upset of the weekend, like I mentioned, talking about Penn State, was in fact Northwestern taking down Penn State, and that's 3 straight losses for Penn State after they were in the top 5. It went to double overtime against Oregon, and it's been down and lost that game, and it's been downhill ever since. They were 20-something point favorites over UCLA, and then they were 20-some point favorites over Northwestern, and they lost 22-21.
Yikes. One whole point. One whole point just derailed their whole season.
Yeah. Because of that, they have now fired their head coach, James Franklin. He is out. I guess,
do?
His biggest knock was he couldn't win the big games. Well, he lost the big game against Oregon, and then he's lost two teams that they were 20-plus point favorites to win. And so this is the first time ever that a team in Division I that was favored by more than 22 weeks in a row actually lost their games. So James Franklin is out. It's pretty crazy. He had like the biggest buyout. And I believe college football history is like 50.
They said, get out.
This is another thing we need to do too is these buyouts and these contracts are crazy. In what world do you get fired and because they fired you, they pay you a nice hefty bag on the way out? I mean, I know we talked about this previously, but that should not be in contract.
Nope. That's in the world of sport though, man. It's almost like insurance. It's like you don't get the right to like sue us for like wrongful termination because we paid you all your money. Now take it and go. I'm sure there's obviously like some legal stuff that just makes it easier to pay them out and just send them on their way.
Yeah. I'm with you. But these astronomical buyouts are insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Shouldn't be paying them that much money anyway. Like,
exactly.
They never front load the idea of a contract like that. They have to go earn that money anyway and just guarantee somebody that money. Because like again, you'll probably end up paying that money anyway. So wouldn't you rather pay less than more?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
But fast forward to this weekend, Wisconsin plays host to number 1 Ohio State. So since they lost by 37 points to Iowa, I expect Ohio State to just hang a 70 burger on them.
Yeah, and they beat the fuck out of us too, so they're gonna be like, "You next." Just want you to know, you next.
A couple of other big games out of the weekend. We got number 10 LSU going to number 17 Vanderbilt. That's a huge ranked-on-ranked matchup. The other big ranked-on-ranked matchup this weekend is number 5 Ole Miss goes to number 9 Georgia. Number 11 Tennessee goes to number 6 Alabama. Number 20 USC travels to number 13 Notre Dame. And we got number 23 Utah taking on number 15 BYU in that interstate rivalry. So a lot of big games this weekend to look forward to. But yeah, we're just moving along. Oh yeah, then we got number 25 Nebraska taking on Minnesota. Both those teams are 5-1 and 4-2, so that's a sneaky good game. Same with number 2 Miami taking on unranked but 4-1 Louisville. So another great weekend of college football. A lot of good games to look forward to watching in here in a couple of days.
Yeah, for sure. Week after week, we get good ones. So super excited for it.
That's for sure, for certain. But why don't we flip on over to this past weekend's NFL games and what was week 6.
Yes, indeed. We are already a third of the way of the NFL season. We have made it to week 6, and we will start week 6 with a divisional matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants in MetLife Stadium. And the Eagles, something has happened. I don't know. I don't know what has snapped within that team. I think it's more than just a Super Bowl hangover. But the Giants blow them out 34-17. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, this game was quite the drubbing. Cam Scatterbo had a huge day, 3 touchdowns, 98 yards rushing on 19 carries. Jackson Dart had a decent game and didn't even hit 200 yards passing, but he didn't turn the ball over, had a rushing touchdown and a throwing touchdown. So pretty surprising win. Obviously, the Giants up to this point had not really shown that they were all that great. But that's why you play the games, because like you said, there's definitely something up with the Eagles. Um, I think there's quarterback is a major issue. Um,
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts is all over the field with the ball, missing wide open receivers, overthrowing them. So I think, yeah, I think we're in for something. I don't know what, but something's definitely up with the Eagles.
Yeah, yeah, they're not on the same page, and I'm not sure what's happened, but it's fallen off the rails pretty quickly. And it's funny. There's a point in this game where the Eagles were down at the goal line. It was early in this in the first half, and then they ran the tush push 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
To score. I think maybe two of the 4 times they were offsides, and it didn't get called at all. And
Yeah.
I think after that, I think what happened in New York, I think they saw that as kind of like they trying to sun us. They trying to bitch us out. Oh no, that ain't finna happen. That's not finna happen. Because after that, they kind of went on a tear. Um, and also, there's a kind of funny moment here, not funny because of the circumstances, but Jackson Dart went down for a play at one point in the game, and he went into the blue tent, and they trotted out Russell Wilson, who immediately threw an incomplete pass, like it wasn't even close, and the
Yeah.
crowd booed so loud, like Brian Dable was screaming to get Jackson Dart back out there. It was like 17 people in that blue tent trying to get that kid back out on the field. It was hilarious. They were scrambling to get him back out there. But yeah, man, that's a good win for New York. A team that young and just playing off vibes, just playing off vibes and energy. Like that's all they've got right now. And yeah, Cam Scatterboo, man, he gonna be something crazy. He gonna be hilarious to watch play for sure.
Oh yeah, he just runs through people's faces. So
Yeah. Yeah. He plays like Pacheco. It's like he's just running. It don't matter what direction he going. He's just gonna run and hope he gets to the end zone. But yeah, good win for New York. Philly, I think they had a little bit of trouble here coming down the stretch of this last little part of the or getting into the next half of the season. So we'll see what happens with them. It's gonna be interesting to watch. Oh, goodness gracious. Our next game up, another international game, and I am so sorry that this is the one they had to have. The Denver Broncos went up against the New York Jets in what possibly is one of the worst games of the season so far. I don't know what the hell this was. 13-11 is the score.
yeah,
Broncos win, but at what cost? Awful,
yeah,
awful game.
yeah. There's not really much we have to say about this. It's just another dud of an international game. Um, at one point, it almost looked like, wow, maybe the Jets are going to win this thing. Uh, there was a safety in the game.
They finally got a turnover
Yep.
in the first part of the season, in the other game.
Yeah, they got their first turnover on the year, which is wild. 6 weeks in that you get your first
Mm,
turnover. Um,
mm.
but yeah, just an ugly game all around, and I don't think we need to really waste any more time on that one.
Look, man, it's I feel bad in some aspects, but not all. Like Aaron Glenn is 0-6 right now.
Yeah.
He's 0-6. Justin Fields finished with okay, the stats say he went 9 of 17 for 45 yards. He finished with a net passing of -10.
Yeah, that's wild.
He got sacked 9 times and had 9 completions.
Yeah.
That is I want to say that's all on Justin, but it's not. Like a lot of that is just it's coaching too. That team is a mess. And you got your number one receiver getting mad and shit. Like, oh, this is not gonna be good. It's
I
not
just,
gonna be good.
Garrett Wilson needs to go somewhere else.
He does. He needs to get out of there as fast as he can. He needs to go somewhere where he can be utilized properly. Because this ain't it.
100%.
Oh man, but yeah, the awful game all around. Literally, not much to say. We can absolutely move on, and we'll move on to a better matchup, kind of. The Seattle Seahawks went into Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Seahawks win 20-12.
Yeah. The Seahawks have kind of been, I feel like, a bit of a surprise so far this year as to
Mhm.
how well they are playing. And a lot of it has to do with one, Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Got a really nice clean game. But it also has a lot to do with Mr. Jackson Smith Najigba, who had 8 catches for 162 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigba is coming into his own with Sam as the quarterback. He's doing really, really well. And they're just a team that wins. Like they're not super flashy. Like you don't really hear much about them outside of like when they finally win a game or not. But they're winning games and they're winning them pretty handily. So they on the come up for sure.
Yes, definitely. And right now, they are looking possibly like the team to beat in the NFC West. So,
Mhm.
good win for the Seahawks because the Jaguars, both teams are 4-2. So,
Yeah, and typical Jaguars thing. They beat a huge matchup the week before and then lose because they can't score in the middle of the game. And that's Trevor Lawrence, everybody. And he didn't even have that bad of a game. Like he did okay. Like his stats are, he threw too many times, I would say. 27 of 42 for 258 and 2 touchdowns. But that's not going to get it done. You got to do more than that. So yeah, good win for Seattle. Like I said, they're on the come up. They're moving on up. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes for them. All right, our next matchup is the Los Angeles Chargers going into Miami to play the Dolphins. And the Chargers won. They won 29-27. But this is more about Miami than it is anything about LA. Miami's in trouble.
100%.
Mm-mm.
Tua threw 3 interceptions, which I believe it's his third 3+ interception game since the start of last season. And then he was, after the game, calling out teammates. Like, you can't be doing that as a leader after you're playing rather poor. Like, you can't,
questioning the leadership of your team, and it's like you have a C on your jersey.
yeah,
What?
you're like leader 1A.
Yeah, you have a patch. Isn't that on you? I would blame you for that.
Yeah.
If you got, yeah, what do you mean people aren't showing up to meetings? That's on you. And your head coach too, a little bit also, because he also threw McDaniels under the bus as well. Just basically kicked him under there. And he came out like, I didn't know he said that. I don't know what he was talking about. I don't call the player only meetings, they're player only.
But I think it
So
was a bit of an indictment on McDaniel as well. So,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, how could it not be? Your quarterback is calling out his own teammates, even though he is very much at fault for the way this is going.
yes. And it's just the Dolphins have just continuously been going downhill each year ever since McDaniel's gotten there. A lot of expectations. Obviously Tyreek Hill was hurt for the season. Um, there's just a lot of bad in Miami right now.
Yeah. Except A-Chain. A-Chain did good. He had a good game, but
He's been playing great. Obviously Darren Waller had a couple good games there, but yeah, they're just not a good team this year.
no. No, they're not. They're 1-5 and they're playing like a 1-5 team. It's very obvious. But yeah, good win for Los Angeles. They needed that win, honestly. They were kind of staggering a little bit with a couple of losses there. So Justin Herbert comes back in the rear view and he's doing all right. McConkey had another great game. 7 receptions for 100 yards and a TD. He's a superstar on that team. So yeah, good win for them. And the Dolphins are gonna have to really figure it out. Because the season is over. So they need to go ahead and figure out what they're gonna do next year. They might as well figure it out now.
Yeah, I
All
mean, I
right.
assume Mike McDaniel's probably out after the
Yeah,
season,
yeah,
if
I think so.
the whole season. Um,
He's certainly
but yeah,
coaching like a man who's no longer invested.
yeah, that's true.
He's out of it. Like I don't see him in it at all. So yeah, that's gonna be rough for them. All right. So our next game up is another Los Angeles team. It's gonna be the Rams, and they're going to Baltimore to play the Ravens, who at this point is a scratch game. It's an exhibition game. Anybody who goes up against Baltimore right now can almost guarantee a win. Even when you play as ugly as the Rams did, you just knew they were going to win this game.
It was another ugly game.
Gross.
17-3 is your score, and Well, Baltimore doesn't have Lamar Jackson, so you're kind of
No,
expecting them not to be that great because you're either going with Cooper Rush or with Tyler Huntley. So
Snoop. Hmm.
not ideal. But the Rams get the win. But like you said, it's against a team that's 1-5, doesn't have their quarterback, has a lot of injuries on their defense. They're just not a good
Hmm.
team right now.
Yeah, yeah. Same thing with the Miami Dolphins. And I don't think it's necessarily that their locker room is as tattered up as the Dolphins are, but there's something wrong with that team too. Harbaugh, I think, has maybe overstayed his welcome a little bit, and
Yeah,
I think he's going to be another coach that we may see fall fairly soon. It's just time to get somebody new in there. That's how it goes sometimes. All
100%.
right. Yeah, so we'll move on from that and we'll go with the Cardinals, and they're going to fly into Indianapolis to play Indiana Jones and the Colts. And hey, Jacoby Brissett came in for Kyler Murray, who is out with injury. They almost could have won this game, but they didn't. So,
Yeah, it was surprising because of the fact that they didn't have Kyler Murray,
Mhm.
and with how well that the Colts have been playing on the year. But Jacoby Brissett had a pretty solid game himself. He had
Yeah,
320 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Um, but yeah, it's just a weird season so far in the NFL
yeah,
because off of record, the Colts are 5-1, but they're like, are they really that good? Because it is Daniel Jones. But one interesting thing in this game was during warmups, Colts corner Javarius Ward
mhm.
was injured. He got a concussion by running into another player. Like he was
Yes, right,
in warmups, but like they weren't in pads or anything, and he
right.
got.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, the Colts keep winning, and I mean that's all you can do is play who you got on your schedule for the week, and we know the Cardinals are a really weird team. It's like they're in a lot of games, but they can't get wins.
Yeah, they can't finish. Like they hang around for so long and then they just they can't finish. They fumble the ball or they, miss the opportunity to take a touchdown in and they fumble it away. Like it's just they have these little tiny mistakes that just cost them. So yeah, it's weird to see what's gonna happen with them going forward, but I am interested to see what happens with Indianapolis. Like obviously I feel like at this point they could very well be highly seeded in the playoffs. So that would be interesting to see once that time of year rolls around. All right. The Dallas Cowboys are up next, and they are going to into Carolina to play the Panthers. And Tyler, you called it. You called it, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
Panthers win 30-27. Dak Prescott, he played a good game.
He
He had
did.
3 touchdowns passing, 25 of 34, 261 yards, no interceptions. He did lose a fumble though. But the big story in this one was Mr. former Cowboy Rico Dowdle has another huge game as a starting running back. He had 183 yards rushing on 30 attempts. Surprisingly, he did not score a touchdown with that many yards, but he did add one receiving. Um, but yeah, he got his revenge game there. But things are going to get interesting because Chuba Hubbard does come back this week from injury, and their head coach did say that they will be a bit of a committee. So we'll see
Mhm.
if he continues to have the success, but probably his touches are going to go back down now. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, hey, a win is a win for Carolina, and I don't know what they could do. I mean, that's about as good as you can ask Dak Prescott to play. George Pickens had a great game as he seems to just be on a tear every week.
CD got
Uh,
hurt.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
they've been playing really good. It's that damn Matt Eberflus defense, man. Get that man out of your team.
Yeah, they are historically bad on defense. That's one thing. And Dak
Oh.
is playing great football, but they just can't get a stop on anyone.
No, no. Because Matt Eberflus does not like to play man to man. He only does zone and he doesn't blitz. So, and if you ain't got the players to pull that off, you just ain't got them. So I don't know. I don't know. I've experienced it. I've lived it. It's not fun. All right, our next matchup is the New England Patriots going into New Orleans to play the Saints. Drake May has arrived. He arrived a few weeks ago, but he's definitely here now. He's here today.
Patriots are 4-2. Granted, the Saints, like we have mentioned, they're 1-5, but they are a competitive 1-5 football team.
Yep.
But yeah, Drake May had a great game. And speaking of the Saints, like Spencer Rattler's not been playing that bad.
Yeah.
So
you'd like him to score, you'd like him to put points on the board, but he's taking care of the football. He's not being super reckless with it. He is getting it to his playmakers. They just can't win.
yeah. Chris Olave has been having a good year.
Mhm.
But he is questionable this week with injury. So we will see where the Saints go, if they can maybe continue to be competitive or if they're going to slowly start to play a lot worse. But yeah, the Patriots are a fun team to watch again.
Yeah, and that was quick. They didn't have any real downtime between this era and the Tom Brady era. They had Mac Jones for like 2 days, and then that was. But yeah, the Patriots are good again. So we'll see what happens with them going forward. Oh Lord, divisional matchup between the Browns and the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Ew. Steelers win 23-9.
Yeah, this was a pretty ugly game.
Gross.
But it is safe to say that Aaron Rodgers still has it. He had some amazing, accurate, drop it in the window throws on Sunday. One most notably down the sidelines to DK Metcalf, who had really the only weapon they have at receiver because they have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
He had 95 catches in a touchdown, or 95 yards on 4 catches.
I was going to say 95 catches.
That would be
Whoa.
an insane game.
It would be a long ass game too. But yeah, that's a good win for the Steelers. The Browns are gross. How do you throw 52 times and don't throw a single touchdown? And you only throw for 221 yards.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel's he's not that good.
No, he's not. And yet you have a one Shador Sanders just riding your bench. A guy that we watched in preseason score touchdowns, at the very least attempts to get one in there. The Browns are cursed. They're not meant to have nice things because whenever they do, they turn into shit anyway. So this is deserved.
Yeah.
Then you got Myles Garrett expressing frustration. It's like Myles.
Yeah, if I was him, I would want out.
He wanted out, and then they wrote him a blank check, and he was like, "Never mind." So I don't feel bad for him at all.
Valid point.
They gave him a buttload of money, and it was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I guess I'm fine." You don't get to be upset about this. I'm sorry. You don't. You took a huge payday, which well deserved. You're a top defender in the league. You deserve that money, but you could have got it from somewhere else.
Yes, 100%.
So,
yeah. He's a first ballot future Hall of Famer, but Cleveland is just Cleveland.
Yeah, they are historically badly run, and yeah, they're not going to do well. They're just not. So yeah, they're 1-5, and they're playing like a 1-5 team. So deserving to leave for them. All right, our next matchup, is a gross one between the Titans and the Raiders. The Raiders do get a win, but Geno throws another interception. So
yes,
he gonna get you one every week.
I'm pretty sure, even though that the Titans did get a win last week against the Cardinals, they are probably the worst team in the NFL.
You put the Jets in there. I said
Oh,
the
yeah,
Jets.
yeah. The Jets are definitely obviously
Yeah,
the
but they're second for
yeah,
sure.
they're a very close second.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
close.
can't seem to not turn over the ball every week. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to now, unless you're playing the Titans, it's kind of hard to play winning football that way.
Mhm.
But hey, you can only play who's on your schedule, like we said. So two
Mhm.
ugly, nasty teams playing an ugly, nasty game.
Correct. And with this game, we did get our first coaching casualty. Brian Callahan has gotten the boot. They said, get out of here.
Yep.
Goodbye. In week 6, they said, you got to go.
That's rough.
We will not let you ruin our number 1 pick like this. We will not. I think I read somewhere that's a trend now. The last 3 number 1 overall picks have had their head coaches fired
Wow.
mid-season. The last 3.
That's
Him, my boy, Caleb, and not Trevor Lawrence. Who was the other person? Now I gotta look it up. Dang it. I gotta look it up. First round picks fired head coaches. Whom?
huh.
Bryce Young. Duh.
Yeah, duh.
Bryce Young. Bryce Young. Frank Reich. No, it is the 4th because Trevor Lawrence had Urban Meyer. I forgot about him.
There you go.
I put Urban Meyer out of my mind. Oh wow. So yeah, they say, hey, we got generational talent at quarterback. We would rather run with him than run with you.
Yep.
So get up out of here. Hilarious. All right, moving on to the next matchup. The San Francisco 49ers went up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who I have to say are looking like the number 1 team in the NFC at this particular point in time. The Bucs are being dominant. They win 30-19, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, and it's a lot to do with them. You know, I think we said this last week, but at this point of the season, it's going to be kind of hard to say anyone's the MVP and not mention Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
Playing great. He had a crazy run um, for a long first down on Sunday. He had a bomb uh, touchdown to Ted Johnson. So yeah, the Buccaneers are playing really, 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 really well, and it's on
Yeah.
the back and shoulders of Baker Mayfield's play.
Oh yeah, they are legit. They are real. The 49ers, I mean, what can you do? It is Mac Jones at the end of the day. Um, so that's the kind of game you're gonna get out of them sometimes. And they're just injured to all hell. They lost Fred Warner. The
Yeah,
last good piece on their defense gone. So yeah, they're cursed. They're cursed.
Kendrick Bourne though on last Thursday, because they have been so banged up, he had a career high in receiving yards with 142, and then he said, "Hold on, I'm going to do that number again." He got exactly the same amount of receiving yards this week. So 2 weeks in a
Okay.
row, 142 yards.
Nice.
So
There's a bright spot.
yeah, the whole bright spot on their team right now.
Yeah. Yeah, great win for the Bucks. I think they're just gonna keep rolling, man. I don't know what team they can go up against that'll give them that much of a fit. They are really dominant this year. All right. Indeed. All right. The Cincinnati Bengals win to Lambeau to play your Packers. Tyler, you're up. How'd they do?
Well, a win for my Packers, which is what you wanted, 27-18, but it was another classic kind of ugly, letting teams, hang around with you, and it got a little iffy towards, late in the game. It looked like Joe Flacco was maybe going to lead another comeback against the Packers for the second time in 3 weeks. That he was on the Browns, and then they're like, okay, we're going to trade him to Cincinnati. So it was his first game as a Bengal. But Jordan Love continues to play pretty good football. He did have one bad interception. Um, Josh Jacobs, basically his flu game. He was puking before, during, and after the game. He had 18 carries for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, he also added 5 catches for 57 yards. But it was finally the Matthew Golden breakout game. He had 3 catches for 86 yards and added, what was it, 16 yards on 2 rush attempts. So finally finding ways to get him the ball. So it was, I think he still hasn't gotten a touchdown yet, but I think that's about to come. And when they do, it's going to come in bunches. Still a lot of issues with special teams, but in this game right before halftime, the Bengals kicker McPherson would have hit what was the NFL record 67-yard field goal. It went off the upright and over and in, but LaFleur happened to call timeout, so then they had to kick it again and he missed. But all around, a win's a win, but there are still a lot of holes on this Packers team.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching like, are they gonna let this game go to to Joe Flacco? I was like, don't let it happen, because it'll be the end of the world if it does. But yeah, I mean, you're supposed to beat the Bengals. They're not good. Even with Joe Flacco, they're just not a good team. So, yeah, you did what you were supposed to do, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and thank God Joe Flacco didn't turn out to be our kryptonite on the season. So
Yeah, that would not have been great.
I was
All
telling
right.
myself, okay, sweet. Now that they traded for him, he's gonna beat us again. But
That's what I hoped. I was like, that'd be great for me. But no, of course, you got, if you beat them, if you don't beat them the first time, you got to beat them the second time. You can't let them beat you twice. It's not good for morale. All right. Our next matchup is the Detroit Lions for Sunday Night Football, going into Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Are the Chiefs back? Are they back? Did they fix everything?
looks like they are. They were also getting bailed out by the refs a bunch of times yet again.
Don't get me started. Good Lord. Some
But
damn
yeah,
refs and shit.
this game was rather surprising. Um, both quarterbacks played really clean. No turnover, or no interceptions at least. But yeah, I'm very surprised by the outcome of this game. Just figured it was going to be a lot better of a closer game. But the Chiefs kind of dominated.
Yeah, they did. They basically scored that first touchdown and never looked back. They scored pretty much. They scored it every single quarter. They just held Detroit back. They couldn't really get anything going. Detroit works good when they're like running, like as a good machine. Like if you stop them enough times, they kind of sputter and they don't continue on to the rest of the game. But yeah, Kansas City had their foot on their neck most of this game, aside from the clear ref ball that was happening like
Yeah,
egregiously throughout the entire game.
yeah,
Like I said, don't even get me started. But yeah, the Chiefs may be back, man. I think they figured it out again, which is not great for us.
yeah. No, they're looking like they're starting to finally hit their stride. They get Rasheed Rice back after 6 game suspension.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, definitely unfortunate, but it looks like the Chiefs are definitely gonna be a problem down the stretch for the rest of the season. Most notable thing from this game that came out afterwards as well, there was a bit of a melee involving uh, involving Lions safety Brian Branch, where he hit uh, Juju Smith-Schuster, actually bloodied himself up. He is having a 1 game suspension, Mr. Brian Branch.
As he should.
Yeah, definitely. But it was at the end of the game, and yeah, you can't just be out there punching people.
Yeah, no. Like you lost. Just go to the locker room. Ignore him. Just he been chirping at you all game. So what? It's Juju Smith-Schuster. Have you met him? This is what he does. He's a troll. He's a professional troll. He was like that in Pittsburgh. Just walk away from him. You beat him up, great. You bloodied him up, and now you're suspended for a game. They didn't suspend him because you instigated that. You started it. I mean, you didn't instigate it, but you started. Um, but yeah, that's the Lions though. They get a loss there, and I'm sure they'll be fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, the Chiefs may indeed be back. All right. And actually, that's one of the next three upsets that we've had on our special night games for the week. Our first upset comes in the first of the doubleheaders of Monday night with the Buffalo Bills going into Atlanta. Atlanta put the Bills on ice, man. They said, I'm not in here. You're not
44
going to do that in here.
for the 14
Mhm.
final score.
Yep.
Josh Allen, not a good game at all. He had 4 turnovers, 207
No.
fumbles lost.
Mm-mm.
Only had 180 yards throwing. But Dijon Robinson, 19 carries for 170 yards and a touchdown, and Drake London, 10 catches, 158 yards and a touchdown. So those
Man.
two right there
Yep.
basically won the game for Atlanta.
Sure did. Efficient. Like another team that was just like, hey, we're scoring. We don't care. We're gonna get the points on the board. We're gonna get it done. And that's the thing with the Bills. Once if you can beat them early, this it's really hard for them to come back from being down too early. That's always been a thing about the Bills. They thrive best when they're leading and leading by a lot. If you have to make Josh Allen come from behind, he plays reckless and he does reckless things. Like 4 turnovers is crazy for Josh Allen. That shouldn't happen.
Former
It
MVP,
shouldn't happen.
reigning
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah. That should not happen. Yeah, not a good game for the Bills. Especially now, like this is their second loss in a row now. Like,
Nope.
that's not good. And it's against teams that on paper they should be beating. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, to be fair, their first matchups, if you really look at them, like they played the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Saints.
Maybe the
So, and the Ravens, but an early version of the Ravens before they all got hurt and died. But
and I mean maybe they're just not that good. Two
well,
losses in a row. Their bye week is this week, so that's coming at a good time. They can try and
yeah,
get it here and kind of right the ship. But yeah, things are just like we were saying, with Philly. They had some issues. We're not really, it's kind of head scratching why they're playing the way they are, and you could say the same thing about Buffalo.
yeah, for sure. Especially at this point in the season, it's too early for the wheels to be falling off like this. So yeah, good thing they have the bye week coming up so they can go get healthy and come back with a new strategy because this one ain't working. So we'll see what happens with them going forward. And Atlanta's playing decent games here. I mean, you can't give up 30 points to Carolina. That
Yeah.
can't happen. But if they can keep playing like this, then they have a better shot for sure. All right, and then our final game of the week, our last game of the Monday night doubleheader, my Chicago Bears went into Washington because the NFL refuses to bring Washington to Soldier Field. So we go back to Washington for like the fourth or fifth time to play the Commanders. We beat them. Hell yes. Hell yes. Was it sloppy? Yes. Was it a gross game? Yes. This just what we do. But the thing about this game, and honestly, you could say about the Bears in general, they have fight in them. They do not give up. They play a full 60 minutes of football. They don't care what the score is. All they know is that when that clock hits 00, they need to be the one with the most points. And they're gonna figure out a way to get it done. I mean, Caleb didn't do great. He had 17 of 29, 252, 1 touchdown. He did play clean though. He didn't have any turnovers. I think he had 1 sack, but the new O line that we've yeah, two sacks. Okay, thank you. But the O line that we've got out there,
I'm seeing 3 sacks.
3. Oh, they sacked us 3 times. Oh, wait, no, they did. There was that last one he took like in the fourth quarter. Yeah, no, that's correct. So yeah, didn't have a great game in that regard, but he stayed he stayed good. He stayed like calm. Like he didn't, get rattled. He didn't try to do too much with the football. Tried to keep it as clean as he could. Our old line played phenomenal yesterday. Like phenomenal. Even our rookie Theo Benedict, who came up, he started this week. He had a stupid fake phantom penalty that I won't get too much into, but they called him as an illegal formation, and I didn't see it at all. In fact, the refs in this game were trying their best to give Washington this game. There were a number of fouls that I was like, where is it at? And they wouldn't show the replays because there were no fouls. I'm not going conspiracy theory that, but some shit was amiss in that game. But I digress. We won, so it doesn't matter. But I will say, I'm really happy that DeAndre Swift finally had his breakout game. Our run game finally came together 6 weeks into the season. He had 14 carries for 108 yards. He was also our leading receiver with 67 yards and a touchdown. They did shut down the Doomsday pretty good in this game. He did have a touchdown taken away from because of that Theo Benedict penalty. Caleb threw a beautiful pass to him in the end zone, right where only he can catch it over the shoulder, and they took it away from him and broke his streak of touchdowns in every game. But this is a good win for Chicago. Get another win to show that they are dogs that are out here fighting for wins. They don't care how they get them; they're gonna get them the best way they can. Another game also where you asked me to play this game last year. Obviously, this is the game that turned our season the fuck upside down. It turned it up for the absolute worst. So maybe the tides are officially turning. The culture has definitely shifted in that place. That this team wants to play for Ben Johnson. They want to be coached by him. He's obviously injected something into this team that they haven't had in previous coaching. Because again, these are games that we lose with any other coach in any other era in any other regime. We lose this game 100 out of 100 times. So the Bears are above 500.
In fact, the NFC North is the only division that every team is above 500.
Dude. We the shit, man. And this is what I'm saying. Like at this point in the season, it's still up for grabs for anybody, anyone. But we are the most dominant division in the league. We just are. At least in the NFC. We just are.
And like I said, we're the only division that every team has a winning record. So,
amen.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for what's to come with the Bears. Our schedule is looking pretty favorable for us the next couple of weeks. Again, it's the NFL. Anybody can win at any time. We got the Saints coming up. So, we know how we feel about them as a trap team and everything. But they'll be with us, so we'll see. But yeah, man, I loved what I saw of the Bears. And then our defense causing 3 turnovers. Well, we caused 2, but, the last one was the one that...
Defense also had 3 sacks, so...
Yeah. Yeah, so they're coming into their own. Dennis Allen has got those boys playing with their hair on fire. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. They still have a very long way to go. They still got to clean up these penalties because there were some that were their fault that they need to get fixed. And Caleb has to work on his accuracy. He's still sailing balls a little bit more than I would like him to do at this point, but it's still very early. It's only a third of the season finished, but we're looking good. We're looking okay.
Yeah.
And then Washington's Washington. They'll be fine. Jane Downs actually did all right. That one interception did mess up his stat line a little bit, but he did fine. He had 3 touchdowns himself. So, what are you gonna do? But yeah, man.
So get your game ball for week 6.
Game ball. I before we started recording, I was contemplating about it. I was like, who can I possibly give the game ball to? And then I was like, oh, duh, Scatterboo.
I had a feeling you were going to go there.
Yeah.
So I decided to go with Mr. Jackson Smith in the Jigba. 8 catches, 162 yards, and a touchdown on 13 targets. So
nice. It could easily been Bijan too.
Having his breakout season. Otherwise I was going to give it to both Drake London and Bijan for their game on Monday night, but that's what I got. What are your new power rankings after week 6?
Again, because the league is so wide open, any team could be anywhere at this point, especially the teams that win the records up here. So it's a little shifted from last week. At number 5, I have two teams because I feel like they're both kind of in the same spot, and I really couldn't decide to put one or the other there. But at 5, I got Patriots and Steelers. I got them both sitting at 5. They don't have the same record. The Patriots are 4-2, but Steelers are 4-1. But they're dominating their teams right now, and they're playing really well. So I got them there. My Bills fall to 4. I don't know what happened with them, but they about to fall out is what's about to happen if they don't be careful. I got the Colts at 3. I got the Lions at 2, and the Bucks have officially become number 1. They're the number 1 team for me.
Okay. Mine is really, even when you were saying yours, I was like, I don't know about this, but I'm sticking. And I only have one team from last week's
Oh,
power ranking still in mind. Um,
okay.
So at number 5, I got the Kansas City Chiefs making their first appearance. They're starting to play some pretty good football. Obviously, we're saying that the rest kind of been helping them out a little bit.
As they do.
At number 4, I almost didn't put them in there, but I got my Packers at 4. You know, they get finally their first win in a while. So at number 3, I got Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. They're just playing really good football right now, and he's playing pretty well. At number 2, I got Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. Just continue to play good football. And at number 1, I got Baker and Tampa Bay. Just like I said, they're definitely the best team in the NFC right now, and quite possibly the best team, and obviously I believe so, in the NFL right now. So that's what we got.
Indeed. Feels good. Feels good to me.
Good stuff. Well, it's that time. Rapid fire.
Indeed, rapid fire for week 7 of the NFL. And here we go. Tomorrow we've got the Steelers going up against the Bengals in Cincinnati for Thursday Night Football. The Steelers are about to just eat the Bengals alive.
Yeah, I got the Steelers as well.
Oh my gosh, it's not even going to be close. All right, our next matchup, yet another overseas game because the NFL hates us. The Rams are going to play the Jacksonville Jaguars in Wembley. Once again, Jacksonville stays over there. I'm going to go. Give me the Jags.
Okay. I was thinking about that too because of how often they play over there, but I'm going with the Rams in this one.
All right. Tyler's going Rams. Actually, let me make sure I write this down because I will forget if I don't. Rams. All right, perfect. Next up, we've got the Eagles going up against the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. You know what? I hate to pick them, but I'm going to go with the Vikings in this game. I hate to do it. I do.
I think the Eagles get back on the winning track this week against the Vikings. So give me the Eagles.
Sounds good. Good call. Next up, the Patriots are going into Tennessee to play the Titans, and God help them. Patriots, please.
Patriots. Not much else that needs to be said there.
Not at all. Next up, we've got a tank bowl with not really a tank bowl. The Panthers are actually okay. The Panthers going into New York to play the Jets. Look, man, give me the Panthers.
Yep. I'm taking them as well just because I just can't see the Jets and Justin Fields winning right now.
Nope. And I'm gonna say this, and I hate to say it as a Justin Fields fan. If he plays bad this week, he's getting benched.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna make it. He's getting benched. So he's got one shot to try and make this work. We'll see if it happens. Next, here's the tank bowl. The Dolphins over the Browns. Gross. In Cleveland, give me the Browns.
Oh yeah. Wow. This one's tough. No, I think with Tua coming out and apologizing about his comments, and I just don't. What I saw out of Dylan Gabriel was pretty putrid, so I just don't think I can take Dylan Gabriel to win a game. So I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, but this is gonna be an ugly one.
Yeah, you know what? I changed my mind. Give me the Dolphins. I just remembered who was playing in Cleveland. Give me the Dolphins. I'll take that. All right, next up, the Saints are coming into Soldier Field to play my Bears. And hey, man, I think we got something going here. Give me my Bears.
As much as I hate to say it, I'm going with the Bears as well. But
Nice.
like we said, this could be a trap game for the Bears with the Saints being as competitive as they are.
Indeed, yeah. This is a true test. Honestly, you could argue these last two games, fine, whatever. We got to beat the Saints. We got to beat the Saints at home. All right. Next up, the Raiders going up against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Chiefs.
Yep, Chiefs.
Not even a question. Like Geno Smith will throw an interception. Can we start put that on parlays? Can we start adding that into your the parlays that you do? Geno Smith throws an interception.
It's a guarantee every week at this point.
Yeah, it's guaranteed to hit. All right, next up, the Colts are going up against the Chargers in Los Angeles. This could be a really fun game. I'm gonna go with the Colts though.
Okay, Colts are playing good football, but I'm gonna take Justin Herbert in this one. Give me the Los Angeles Chargers.
All right, it is the Chargers for you. And next, the New York Giants are going to go play the Broncos in Denver. Oh, wow. Well, give me Denver at home.
Yep, I like Broncos.
Yeah, that loss against New York's got to have a bad taste in their mouth. They got to fix that. That's got to get better. All right, your Packers are next, and they are going into Arizona to play the Cardinals. I hate to pick them, but give me the Packers.
Yep, Packers, no brainer.
Gross. Next, the Washington Commanders going up against the Dallas Cowboys for a divisional matchup. This could prove to be interesting. I don't know if Jaden's getting all of his receivers back yet at this point in the week. Dallas needs a win real bad. Give me Dallas.
Yep, for everything you just said, I'm going with the Cowboys as well, but it was kind of a toss-up for me.
Yeah, for sure. All right, and then Sunday night, we've got the Falcons going into San Francisco to play the 49ers. I like the Falcons away. I do.
Yeah, 49ers are just so beat up right now, so give me the Falcons.
All right, Falcons it is. And for the love of God, we have another doubleheader on Monday night.
Stupid.
Why? Stop it. Fuck. Fine, we're starting with the Buccaneers, going into Detroit to play the Lions. Oh! Give me the Bucks.
Yep, the Bucks as well. I just think they're playing too good right now.
Give me the Bucks. Oh, that'd be a good one. Oh, that'd be so good if they beat the Lions. And then finally, Monday night, 9 p.m. I live in the Midwest now. That's a 9 p.m. game.
Yeah. Oh, East Coast time, it starts at 7. At 10. That game's going to be well
ridiculous.
Ain't
nobody going to watch this game. They're going to be asleep.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody watch this game. But it's the Texans going into Seattle to play the Seahawks. And I like the Seahawks at home. I know the Texans are coming off a bye, but I like the Seahawks.
Yep, I like the Seahawks in this one as well. I just think Sam Darnold and that offense are really kind of hitting their stride right now.
Agreed. And that is it, sir. That is week 7 of the NFL. We have done it. It is here.
That is correct. And, it's going to be another great weekend of football, starting with the college game on Saturday. A bunch of big matchups like we said. And then it looks like a pretty good slate of NFL games this weekend as well.
Indeed. It's going to be a great slate of games, and we are always looking forward to it every single week. Well, that does bring us to the end of this episode. We thank you all for tuning in and listening, and we will catch you all next week.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thanks for listening, and tune in next time. Take care.